Alrighty, so this should be how to stream on YouTube. First time streaming here. Let me check what is the link for this? Like, can I copy the link somewhere to share my thingy? Okay, I'm going to open a new window here so that we can deal with that. Let's see if I can share with the people on Discord. Otherwise, might not get anyone to watch. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can hear myself. Can I hear myself? Okay, let's see if I can hear myself. Can I hear myself? Yeah, I can. Okay, that is good enough. Second, guys, I'm going to share this on my Discord. Where is this? Okay, there we go. So let's check out a little bit how the game started because I just tuned in. And I watched a little bit of the beginning, and then I was setting up like the YouTube thing. So, okay, Knight goes to a nice outpost, sort of. Like, I mean, potentially this pawn might come here eventually, so it's not like completely an outpost, but actually it's pretty hard to get this knight out of there anyway. Like, I mean, here just loses the knight, going like to the middle, like wherever you go, like there's always this at the very least this knight like targeting such a square, and then these squares are already covered. So moving this knight and pushing this pawn, pretty hard thing to achieve anyway. So this might be considered a real outpost. Bishop f5, attacking this pawn, defense, knight reroutes potentially. Where might this knight go? I do not know where this knight might go. I don't know. Like, I guess here could be a thing. And it would be sort of targeting lots of things. Like, for instance, it would be targeting this. Yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, if you go over here, you're targeting this 3 times and it's only defended twice. So at that point, you might gain the bishop here if you do that. Because I mean, it's either that or you're losing a pawn. I mean, let's not forget that this pawn is pinned, so it's not like you can push it here in such a case and say, well, let's trade some pawns. But you can't do that because this pin. So goes over here. Okay, it goes over here. Now this is no longer pinned. So in case this happens, you might be able to do something like that potentially. Although that also allows something like this. I mean, putting the queen again. And if you try to like hit the knight again or something, like you can support like this, and then you have a knight on your third rank living there potentially. Bishop g6, d4. Okay, so yeah, this pawn push was prepared by the move queen to d2. Okay, pushes over here instead of taking. Now this pawn is far advanced, sort of having a cramping effect on the enemy position, but at the same time is way too advanced. So I mean, yeah, might be a little bit difficult to defend in some cases. Perhaps like I mean, there's no d pawn, so you only have an f pawn to defend it with, or your pieces. However, I mean, it does destabilize this knight. This knight gets dislodged, and where does this knight go? Like these two squares are covered. If you go like over here, then at the very least, you may get double pawns at some point. Might be good or not for black, but I mean, you may get double pawn. Well, first of all, you lose a pawn. Never mind the double pawns. I mean, this and it's just a lost pawn. Never mind the double pawns. The queen is here forming a catapult or battery with the bishop. Oh no, if it's called a catapult when the bishop is in front. But yeah, a battery like this battery, and so you can't go over here. If you go over here, that also loses a pawn because there are two knights over there. And if you go back, then you will need to reroute eventually. I mean, this knight back here is not doing much. Now, I'm kind of surprised that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was going to say I'm kind of surprised that Ding is thinking here because I mean, after realizing this, like it's. But yeah, Ding is not thinking. I'm behind. Sorry, guys. So it goes here, back here. I'll move. This gets targeted after the knight reroutes. So notice how now this knight can just move away from there because I mean after you push this pawn first, I mean this knight first, then if you had gone here first, then this might have been a possibility because it doesn't lose a pawn in that case. I mean at least not directly, but okay, goes over here, targets this. This gets defended. Still keeping an eye on that. Bishop f6, more pressure on this. Gukesh is doing really well here. I mean, he's the one calling the shots. White right now is just answering Black's threats. So sacks a pawn. Like I mean, let me think. What's the idea here? I mean, you can pin whatever goes over here, right? Whatever goes over here is temporarily pinned because there's a rook over there. Targeting a queen. I mean, X-raying a queen. However, yeah, wait. You have this defender. So you have three defenders. Okay, now never mind. Yeah, you have three defenders. I was missing this defender over here. A4. Okay, that potentially creates an outpost for a knight in the future. Like you may want to go over here and here. And this is defended by the knight, by the way, so you can just grab it. So something like this and this might be a possibility, and then you have a knight sitting there. Because this is a very weak square on White's camp, because it can't be defended by pawns. This pawn got pushed, this pawn got pushed, pawns can't go backwards, so this is forever unguarded by white pawns. Right now, the only thing guarding it is a queen, and obviously a queen can't trade for anything except for another queen. Or for a king. If you get checkmate, that's also good. Okay, this knight was absolutely doing nothing there and needed to reroute urgently, so it's rerouting now. It also supports this pawn a little bit more. Offers a trade of bishops. White's position is pretty cramped here, it seems like, doesn't it? And Black somehow managed to get some real some decent activity here. However, this knight is pretty powerful here. This knight is pretty powerful. Okay, knight goes over here, hitting the bishop. So potentially a trade of minor pieces is offered, and it's taken. So Gukesh chooses to give up the dark scored bishop and not the light scored bishop. And now keep in mind that this at any point is a threat on the queen. Something like this. This is under attack, and this is sort of threatened, so it could be kind of unpleasant. Defense this pawn over here. Wait, when this is after this gets hit twice. So Gukesh defends. Now the queen gets out of this diagonal. Otherwise, whenever you push this, then there's a discovery. So now there's no discovery, and also supports this and keeps guarding other stuff. Like this is only guarded by a queen. Wonder what happens if this at some point. Well, this at some point now. Right now it gets taken. I mean, like before it couldn't get taken, but right now it gets taken. But, yeah. Okay. Another rerouting of a knight apparently. Like Gukesh goes back here. Where's this knight headed to? Or maybe it's just freeing this pawn. Like maybe it's to push this pawn and say, wait, no, if you push that pawn right now, then there's at the very least this, which looks very unpleasant. I mean, you're losing an exchange. Um, was that really a threat? I mean, was this a threat? Because this got played. Like, but I think if this, then first of all, you can go here winning an exchange. And second of all, you can, I mean, that wasn't a threat really, I think. I mean, looks like it will be losing for black if that were played. So this gets pushed, okay, well, like this pawn is a little bit of a slight threat, so like, I mean, can sort of get stopped at this point over here, but it is something going on. Check the chat over here. Okay, there's nothing in the chat, yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Queen e7. E7 gets played. What might be the idea of that? Well, first of all, you may at some point double up, but more likely going for some. Maybe some diagonal play, maybe something like this. Okay, like pawn gets pushed, very well supported, and the immediate answer isn't to take and then basically get crushed over here or something, or over there where you're getting forked. Uh, which would be an immediate loss of a game. But instead, the pawn gets pushed 2 squares, and just in case you don't know, because sometimes this confuses beginners, when you're pushing like this, the pawns, this pawn, um, I mean, this pawn was never in a position where it would be captured by this pawn. So, I mean, if this pawn had been like here, then could capture en passant. But this over here, this is not en passant. I mean, this pawn could have never captured this pawn over here. So, no en passant there. The knight finds a nice outpost on the 7th rank. However, knights on the 7th are not as powerful as they may look. Usually, I mean, on a general note, man, here this knight is kind of annoying, to be honest, because there are lots of things on the back rank, lots of powerful, heavy pieces, and without much movement left to them. But But usually a knight on the 7th is not as powerful as a knight, say, on the 6th rank, because loses a little bit of mobility, doesn't have that many squares, really. So, but still, I mean, like, this knight, this particular knight, like, you always have to look at the specific position. In this position, this knight is pretty powerful. Why? Because the rooks here don't have much movement, and yeah, man, like, this gets hit and now has to go to like a more passive square. Like, I mean, this is covered by this, and this is covered by the same knight. This is covered by the bishop and by the queen, and so this rook doesn't have that many squares. Like, can go over here, for instance, can go over here, like super passive, super passive. Now Ding's position is looking pretty nice. Like, Ding has suddenly a very very free position, like lots of activity, lots of this pawn, like, oh no, it was like back here, I don't know, like a couple of moments ago or something, I don't know, it was like way behind, and then where was it, let's see, what was it, yeah, it was like around here, and then all of a sudden, whoop, it was right there. So it's very very far advanced. Okay, so free pawn, because the rook had to move. Now there's a free pawn. Um, where is this knight headed towards? Like, this might be a trickier move. See, how does Ding answer to this? Let me see. What's the, is there a threat here? Because I mean, right now it looks like Ukesh is on the losing side. To be honest, I mean, I'm not using the engine here. I'm just watching and taking a look at the position and trying to analyze by myself. However, I must say that this looks completely winning for White, uh, to my untrained eye, because, well, first of all, White is up a pawn, so he's up material. But apart from that, I mean, there's I don't see an ounce of compensation for the lost material for Black. Like, I mean, Black is sort of cramped back here. I mean, yeah, these pieces, the roots are connected, everything fine, but I mean, there is a little bit of cramped feeling over there. And the pawns are a little bit loosey goosey over here, right? Like, I mean, this is even though this is technically one pawn island, but I mean, it's just like this pawn is backwards and it's even standing behind a knight. Like, uh, pawns might be a little bit soft. So what did the Dink play? Dink played over here. Didn't want to trade there, and open this up. Didn't want to trade over there and lose one powerful bishop for one of these knights that haven't really found a really nice square so far. And So now there's a battery over here. I wonder what's the next move. Right back there. Okay, this shows that they had no idea what's going on. Or he wants to trade, but I mean, it looks really weird to me that you would give up. I mean, yeah, this knight again, like it's on the seventh. It's not like, but this, I mean, taking away this square, this seems pretty nice to me. Like, I mean, like this rook was out of play, completely out of play. Like, how do you get this one back in the game? Like, without doing some concessions here on the king side. But now, after this trade, I mean, I understand wanting to trade when you're up a pawn, but I don't really understand the play here. And now this knight might jump in here. Well, no, if it jumps in there, then you take over here, right? Yeah, if it jumps in there, you, you just take over here. So no, it might not jump in there. Can't go obviously here. Uh, can't go here again, obviously. Um, so it has to go back. Okay, so that was the idea. And this is defended by the bishop. And as long as this, and this is hit, by the way. This is hit, and this is, yeah, okay, another pawn. Yeah, the Gukesh here is completely lost. Has to be completely lost. Like, yeah, I understand that at some points you can, like, allow some points to get taken, like, I mean, Gambit style. But this is not it. Like, you're lost, right? Like I mean, those don't look like gambits at all. Those look like just just him losing pawns. Like look at this. Like my oh my. Like the position for white is beautiful, beautiful position. And now I mean, well, I don't know if you really want to trade this bishop. Probably not because it's really strong. But I mean, seeing that you're up 2 pawns, I mean, even that might be a strategy. Like trading the bishops, going after the rest of the pawns and just winning from there. Okay, now this is a thing because there's a rook over there defending it. Okay, boots up the queen and lands on the seventh. Now you might now if you go here for instance and takes, that's not really that nice. You can push here right away. And in the immediate future, this is a thing. But however, can you like? Yeah, it is. This gets hit. Obviously, he was expecting that move. Both players are somewhat low on time. I mean, pretty low on time considering it's classical. But I mean, like, you know, if this were a blitz game right now, we are move 36. So you have all the it's like it's like a blitz game starting, but you're already on move 36. I mean, there's plenty of play here for both players. I mean, plenty of time. What I mean, like considering. Also, they are about to reach the time control, which makes me wonder why Ding is playing so fast. Like I wouldn't play so fast if I were him, but well, I'm not a world champion. The thing is, if he plays slow, I mean, he has a winning position. Like maybe he wants to put the clock pressure on the opponent, but I wouldn't try that honestly. Like I think there is a bigger chance that he ends up losing by messing up if he tries to play very fast, as opposed to as opposed to actually, if he thinks and allows the opponent to reach the time control safely, then he's going to win because he's up 2 pawns with a really decent position. Like, look at this: pawn 1 square from promotion, rook on the 7th, battery over here, control of the open file, powerful bishops. Like, it's just too much. Up 2 pawns on top of that. What's over there? That's interesting. Like, I mean, he's allowing this, but of course there's that as a super mighty threat. Uh, there's also that, where if you take over here, then this is nasty, to say the least. So, um, yeah, it's it's bad. It's really, really, really bad for black. So yeah, but why didn't need to defend this? Like, I mean, when I saw this, my amateur brain was thinking, oh, I defend that so that they don't lose. And yeah, I mean, that's not the way to go, because I mean you're allowing your opponent some, even though they are down 2 pawns, and also your pawns are double. So let's not forget that your double pawns are scary because about to promote, but not so scary in the sense that their double dislikes a lot of mobility, and this is harder to defend. But yeah, this move, like, crushing, like, I mean, this is coming. It's just, there's not much you can do about that. And then if you try to, like, move the rook away or something, then this comes with check, and then after you go over here, then there are 2 queens on the board for white, and might as well just resign immediately. Okay, leaves an open space over here. So now this is guarded. Oh, a rucksack. Oh my, a rucksack. So if you take, this comes, and wait, does this come like this? This first? No, wait. What's the follow up here? Okay, just one, just right there, one. So Ding Liren is back in the game. Wait, what is it? Like, I mean, this was crazy. Like, what a way for Ding Liren to tie the game again. Like, I mean, he was, last game he lost, and I was like, well, 3 games left. I mean, I'm rooting for Ding Liren in this match. I really like Ding Liren. I want him to defend the title. But I mean, like, he lost last game, and I was like, yeah, you were trying to draw, it backfired, dude. You lost the game. Now, how are you going to get back into it, right? You're not getting back into it. And and then the guy. I mean, it's just three games left. I mean, of course, I was hopeful that he might come back, but I wasn't expecting this. Like, this was a massacre, a complete massacre. But let me check again. I mean, this is like a puzzle, but I mean, it's just, I'm puzzled. Like, you go over here. Oh, okay. If you take this, then this, and you can't take because of that, obviously. Okay, it's obvious, very obvious. I have thought about that. Like, I mean, this. Then let's say you don't take, and this gets promoted too. So absolutely incredible ending for this game. Okay, going to stop the stream now because I want to record a video about this for this channel, for the YouTube channel. Yeah. So first stream here, very nice game, and let's go for it.